with Braintree. Number 3, Kyle Roach. Number 9, Jack Andrews. Number 16, Kyle Gray. Number 19, Matt Tenney. And now for the starting lineups. The right fielder, number 5, Billy Sylvia. The catcher, number 6, Alex Kennedy. The DH, number 21, Sean Casey. The first baseman, number 17, Joe Vanelli. The left fielder, number 7, Cole Flannery. The second baseman, number 20, Steve Burns. The center fielder, number 12, Jackson Duffy. The third baseman, number 11, Nolan Freeman. The shortstop, number 1, Justin Adams. And on the mound, number 4, John Tellier. Braintree is coached by Tim Fox, Dave Wall, Tom Huddleston, and the manager is Kim Fox. And now for Shrewsbury, post 397. First of the reserves, number 2, Tom Michala. Number 21, Matt Stansky. Number 22, Parker Brown. Number 4, Matt Matero. Number 32, Joe Sacco. Number 17, Pat Shaughnessy. Number 26, Lou DeVolio. And number 10, Kevin Hummer. And now for the starting lineups. The center fielder, number 16, Adam Twitchell. The shortstop, number 14, David Turco. The DH, number 3, Nick Martin. The catcher, number 23, Jack Gardner. The right fielder, number 13, Pat Galvin. The second baseman, number 12, Casey Boudreau. The first baseman, number 11, Dylan Zona. The third baseman, number 29, Thomas Pugh. The left fielder, number 5, Christian Jordan. And the pitcher, number 27, Dylan Degon. Shrewsbury is coached by Frank Vaccaro, Matt Vaccaro, Chris DeSantis, Pete Pohl, Jeff Siddle, and Micah Cummings. Manager is Frank Vaccaro.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here again in the broadcast booth, joined by my cohorts, Julie Orpoli and the voice, Ryan Colonial, Johnny Mastro. Let's see the American Legion oath here, pledge, and that's what they're going through right now. And once they finish that, we'll have the national anthem. We'll begin this championship game here at Victor Field.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
All right, nice rendition of the national anthem. We're just about set for the Northeast Regional Championship game. 2017 version. Two teams from Massachusetts go toe-to-toe. Your Mass champs, Braintree, and Shrewsbury, the host team. They just eliminated Stamford, Connecticut to earn their way into this game. Won about 45 to 50 minutes ago, and here they go. Now they take on Braintree for the championship. Should be exciting. Looking forward to it. Braintree and Shrewsbury played game 11 of this tournament. It was a wild affair, 8-7 final. Braintree had jumped out to a rather big lead. Looked like they were going to cruise a victory. Shrewsbury came back in the ninth with some controversy in the ninth inning. Steve Riley had the call of the game. Eventually, Braintree able to win 8-7. They inched by in a couple of these games in this tournament. They needed extra innings to beat Rhode Island on day one by the score of 4-3. They're the only unbeaten team remaining. They beat Maine by the score of 4-1, and we mentioned a thrilling 8-7 win that they had. Yesterday, I shouldn't say the only unbeaten. Yesterday, they got a wallop by Stamford 13-0, as they kind of just threw that game away, so they'd only have to play one today. Kind of odd how the tournament works that way. If they had won twice, they would have had to play Shrewsbury earlier, and if they lost, they'd have to play again today. So now they're guaranteed just one game here today, so they can go with their best out in the mound, and kind of the science of these tournaments, kind of a quirky way that they actually get rewarded in a sense for a win. And Shrewsbury has to play twice today, if you can figure that all out. Hopefully, I didn't confuse you with that. It will be Shrewsbury, the home team. Braintree will be the away team today. For Braintree, Billy Sylvia will lead things off and play right field. Alex Kennedy, the catcher, will bat second. The designated hitter will be Sean Casey. Joe Vanelli, the first baseman, the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be Cole Flannery, the left fielder. Sixth, the second baseman, Steve Burns. Jackson Duffy, the center fielder, will bat seventh. Nolan Freeman plays third and bats eighth. And Justin Adams, the shortstop, will bat ninth. And Dylan DeGon out in the mound in the game's first pitch for this championship. We're underway. It will be a 7-inning affair, I understand. Jackie Gardner behind the plate. Dylan Zona at first. Chris Boudreau will play at second base. Ball lofted to the right fielder. That's Galvin. He'll come on and he'll make the catch for the out. So Sylvia flies out. First meeting between the two. Sylvia was 1 for 5. Brings up Alex Kennedy. Kennedy was 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. First meeting between the two earlier in the tournament. Shortstop is David Turo. Tommy Q at the bag at third. Christian Jordan in left. Adam Twitchell in center. Galvin, you just met a moment ago. Chris Boudreau, if I didn't mention, is the second baseman. Behind the plate, Jack Gardner. Another ball hit high in the air. Center fielder Twitchell will take command. Ball wind blown a bit. It is a rather strong wind blowing in the opposite direction that we usually see here at Fitton Field. And you have 2 down on the fly ball out. 2 out brings up Sean Casey, the designated hitter.
Sean Casey.
DeGon has worked. He's made 2 appearances. ERA at 7.71. Working just 2 in the third innings of 2-hit, 3-run baseball. 2 of them earned. Walked 3 and he struck out 1. So he's looking to turn things around a bit here today. Winning pitchers on this Shrewsbury staff: Christian Jordan. I should say, Adam Twitchell. He's made 2 appearances with a win. Shaughnessy 1-1. He won earlier today. Kevin Hummer. He won earlier in the tournament. That ball is fouled off. It was a great performance by Shaughnessy today as he shut down Stamford. So Sean Casey at the plate. Casey was 0 for 5 in the first meeting between the two teams. There's a fly ball to the right fielder, Galvin, and he'll camp underneath it, make the catch. 3 flies, 3 outs. We'll be back with the bottom of 1. Shrewsbury coming to the plate, scoreless.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome right back as we make our way into the bottom of inning number 1. Here's your batting order for Shrewsbury. Adam Twitchell will lead it off. He's a center fielder. David Toro, their shortstop, will bat second. Nicky Martin, designated hitter, he'll swing third. Jack Gardner, the catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be the right fielder Pat Galvin. In the sixth slot, Chris Boudreau, the second baseman. Dylan Zona, Tommy Q, Christian Jordan, rounding out the order 7 through 9. John Tellier out in the mound. Twitchell coming to the plate. So Tellier, the tall right-hander, out there on the mound for Braintree. First pitch is outside for a ball. Tellier into the windup and the 1-0. Missed a little high. Tellier coming in with an ERA at 3. And a no decision in his one start, working 3 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball. Walked 1 and had 2 strikeouts. 2-1 pitch, the Twitchell hit on the ground. Justin Adams will field it. Onto the bag at first. Twitchell quick down the line, nearly beat that throw. Wow, he made it close. 6-3, really hustles. One of the reasons why Shrewsbury's in this championship game. They're terrific hustle here in this tournament.
Number 14, David Turco.
Brings up David Toro. Toro coming to the plate. Oh, Turco, I left the C out of there. David Turco. So Turco, count 0-1. Hope I got it right in the last game, didn't leave the C out. Tellier, the pitch. Over for the strike, and the count goes 0-2 to Turco. Nick Martin, a designated hitter, on deck. Ground ball. Adams busy here in the first. Good strong throw across, 2 down. Going to bring up Nick Martin.
Designated hitter number 3, Nick Martin.
Martin coming up. Team batting, Bangor with 317 average through 4 games. Stanford 303. Braintree through 4 games, 261. Shrewsbury batting at about 286 through 5 games. Had to play the extra game to make their way here. 0-1 pitch up a little high. Martin did not play in the first meeting between the two. He was out injured. Got banged up the game versus Stanford earlier in the tournament, sliding into second base with a stolen base. Banged up a leg. It's a ground ball again. Adams will field it. He came ready to play, throws it across the diamond. 3 ground ball outs, and we're through one of this championship game, tied at 0. Back with more in a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship.
All right, Joe Vanelli leading off the top of inning number 2 for Braintree. Wallops a ball foul. Flannery and Burns follow against DeGaunt. Vanelli in the first matchup between the two, 1 for 5 with a run scored. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Vanelli's been the top hitter for this team, .385 batting average. Pops it up and fouls it out of play again. No chance for Tommy Q to get that one. Braintree in the blue uniforms with the white numerals, and in the white uniforms with the gold numerals and lettering across the front of the jersey is Shrewsbury. Ground ball down to Boudreau, and on the first to Dylan Zona, and Vanelli is retired. 4-3, 1 out. Brings up Cole Flannery, the left fielder. Flannery was 2 for 4, run scored and RBI. In the first meeting between these two teams, it was the bottom part of the order for Braintree that did the damage. Freeman and Adams. 8-9 in the batting order. They collaborated for 4 RBIs, 3 hits. DeGaun's pitch missed low and away. Ground ball. Boudreau diving, knocks it down, throws a bit off balance, throws it wide of Zona. Safe at first is Flannery. That'll be an infield single. What a nice play by Boudreau just to get to the ball. Brings up Steve Burns, the second baseman. Burns was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Long look in by DeGaunt. 1 on. 1 out in the inning. Ground ball hit slowly. Charge. Thrown across by Turco. Nice play by Turco to move that ball quickly to first as he grabbed it on the run. 6-3 on the putout. Flannery took second base. Brings up Jackson Duffy. So Duffy was 0-2. Ground ball. Turco will field it. Takes aim and throws on the first for the out. 6-3 on the putout. We're through 1.5 And we'll be back with more American Legion baseball. Still scoreless.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, Jackie Gardner to lead things off, the catcher here for Shrewsbury. Gardner had himself a nice game versus Stanford. I believe he went 3 for 4 to Gardner in that affair. Facing John Tellier. Tellier's pitch. Nibbles the inside corner for the strike. Gardner now batting .350 in the tournament. I think he began the day at about .250, so really had a nice day. Yep, 3 for 4 with a run scored. 1-1 pitch. Missed outside, the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. First meeting between the two, Gardner was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Had himself a solid tournament. Done a nice job behind the plate, too, for Shrewsbury. In relief of Nick Martin, who got banged up. Martin now the designated hitter. Pat Galvin in the on-deck circle. 3-1, hit very high in the air. Flannery will look up, creep in, and make the catch for the out. So they have 1 out. Bottom of inning number 2. Brings up Pat Galvin. Galvin versus Stanford earlier today. 1 for 3. Couple of runs scored and an RBI. Galvin batting .286. Couple of RBIs in the tournament overall. One out, nobody on. Count 0-1. Pitch to the plate. Over the outside corner for the strike. The count now 0-2. That pitch missed high and outside. Tellier ready to deal it. Right-hander into the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Ball hit foul again. Third base side. Very strong wind. Blowing that ball all over. Got to be gusting to about 15 miles an hour, I'm guessing. I guess I'll take a quick peek between innings at the weather. Try to get an indication. Now the ball hit out to the left fielder. Flannery had to circle underneath it. Make the catch. Now the ball that was blown around out there, and that's 2 out. 2 fly balls to the left fielder. Brings up Chris Boudreau.
Number 12, Casey Boudreau.
So Boudreau to the plate. Casey up for the first time today. Batting .350 is Casey Boudreau. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch in there for the strike. The count goes 1-1. They're in the bottom of inning number 2. Kellier. Ground ball hit the third. Took a nice hop for Freeman. His throw's a little high. Nice play by the first baseman, Vanelli, to sky to get it and then put the tag on Boudreau to end the inning and save Freeman from an E5. All right, we'll take a break. Back with the third, still scoreless on SportingNewsCT.com.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting.
All right, we're back quickly as they're moving through this rather quickly here today. Nolan Freeman will lead it off, got jammed and fouls the pitch off. So Braintree to the plate, Freeman the number 8 hitter in the lineup. He is the third baseman. Justin Adams in the on-deck circle. Dylan DeGan out in the mound, the right-hander. Pitch popped up and fouled off. Freeman batting at .364, has a couple of RBIs. DeGan looks in for the sign, and the 1-2 to Freeman missed outside. Freeman was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Well, the last game against the two teams, count goes 2-2. That just missed. Justin Adams in the on-deck circle. Twitchell, the center fielder, shaded towards left center. There's a ball hit to the left fielder. Christian Jordan will camp underneath it and make the catch for the out. You have one down, so Freeman gone. Brings up Justin Adams.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Justin Adams.
Adams was 2 for 4 when they first faced Shrewsbury earlier in the tournament. 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored from the number 9 guy. Pitch to the plate, big swing and a miss. Adams batting .364 in the tournament. Both his RBIs came in that win over Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury and Braintree for the 2017 Northeast Regional Championship. Routine ground ball. Turco onto the bag at first for the out. Just got the hustling Adams again. And you have 2 down, brings up Billy Sylvia. So Sylvia to the plate. He was 1 for 5 first time around versus Shrewsbury. 2 out, nobody on here in the third. That pitch missed outside. And the 1-0. Popped up. Second baseman out. Reaching up. Bordeaux, he makes the catch. Casey Bordeaux, nice play. And Billy Sylvia is retired on a little lazy pop-up there. Back with the top of the 4th. Actually, yeah, the top of the 4th. No, bottom of the 4th upcoming. Get myself a little confused here. Back with the bottom of the 4th in just a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America.
All right, it's Dylan Zona, the first baseman, leading things off for Shrewsbury here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch in for the strike. Johnny Tellier has retired the first 6 he has faced. 4 ground ball out, 2 fly ball out. And the pitch. Out at 1 ball, 1 strike. Q and Jordan to follow. Ground ball. Past the dive of Justin Adams. He nearly got it. He wanted it. And Dylan Zona has a base hit to start the bottom of the third inning for Shrewsbury. And it brings up Tommy Q. So Shrewsbury with the first hit of the ball game for their side. Each team now with a hit in the game. Zona was 1 for 2 with an RBI in the first encounter versus Braintree. So Q to dig in. Tellier looking in for the side. Let's see what they do with Zona here. That's a ball well hit, but right at the left fielder. Flannery also got a nice break on that. For a second, I thought it had a chance to find some gap, but Q becomes rather routine out. Flannery made the catch out there on a line drive. He's been busy today in left field. So you have 1 out and 1 on. Zona had to hustle back to the bag at first. Christian Jordan to the plate, the left fielder. Good job by Zona to read the flight of the ball in the outfielder there. Throw to the bag at first, runner back. Here in the bottom of the third inning, it's scoreless. Each team with a hit. That's the only thing up on the board right now. From the stretch, Tellier. And the pitch will break away from the catcher, but no advance. Alec Kennedy behind the plate. Vanelli at the bag at first, Burns at second. Adams and Freeman around the horn. Flannery, Duffy, and Sylvia in the outfield defensively for Braintree. Tellier looking in for the sign from Kennedy. Will check the runner at first base. That's Dylan Zona. And the 1-0 pitch. Again hit in the air. Left fielder Flannery over, and he's getting a work out there, and he'll make the catch for the inning second out. That's his 4th put out of the ball game. And that brings up Adam Twitchell. Twitchell grounded out his first time. 6-3. Had a couple of hits in the first meeting between these two teams. So Twitchell to the plate with 2 out and a runner at first. They got Turco in the on-deck circle. Throw to the bag at first, runner got back over there. Folks enjoying a nice, refreshing summer afternoon here at Fitton Field, Hanover Insurance Park. Game time temperature about 72. Runner goes. A batter squared the bunt and actually moved into the ball. And Twitchell took that on the leg. Will go down to the bag at first. The runner was going. He was going to put down the bunt. He basically moved into it. Braintree coaching staff is going to talk about that.
Number 14, David Turco.
I don't think he's going to win any battle. Here's David Turco to the plate. Turco grounded out 6-3 his first time. That was kind of an oddity. Twitchell actually moved right into the pitch, trying to avoid it. So 2 out and 2 on for Shrewsbury. Pitch to Turco in for the strike. Turco was hitless in 5 tries in the first time against this Braintree team. We're going to move on to Shelby, North Carolina. I believe they leave on Tuesday. Here's the 1-1. That's over for the strike. That pitch breaks to the backstop past the catcher Kennedy, and he'll chase it down. The runners will advance. Zona goes to third, Twitchell to second. That will be ruled a wild pitch. So that puts 2 in the scoring position for Turco now. 2-2, and it's fouled off. So Turco hanging tough. Nick Martin in the on-deck circle. Ground ball hit to the third baseman. Freeman's throw across a diamond, and again offline, and the runner will be safe at first. Turco ducked under the tag attempt of Anelli. Second time Freeman's had a throw sail. And a run scores. Zona will cross. Twitchell ends at third. And that will be an E5 on the throw. No RBI for Turco. So Shrewsbury jumping on top, 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Nick Martin to the plate. Second time today, Noah Freeman has had a ball sail. Vanelli able to gather it in and put the tag on the runner down the line. Last time it happened, but this time no. That was when Casey Boudreau hustled down the line back in the second. So instead of out of the inning, Tellier's got a pitch to the very dangerous Nick Martin with runners on the corners. Braintree has had much success in the game of baseball. Good baseball town. That's fouled off. I think that pitch went off the foul went off the catcher's mask. I don't know. Runners at first and third for Martin. Shrewsbury had a 4-run inning in that win over Stanford. That ball hit up in the air. Could be trouble. Starting to slice. And it's off the glove of Duffy. Looked like he had it. And they're going to score 2 runs on that fly ball in the right center field off the bat of Nick Martin. He hit it. And it certainly had some slice to it. But Jackson Duffy got a good jump. It was in his glove. That's going to be ruled an error. And 2 runs scored Twitchell easily, and Turco just motoring around will score. It is 3-0 Shrewsbury. So 2 consecutive errors have led to a total of 3 runs for Shrewsbury. And here's Jack Gardner to the plate, who's been hot today. Wow. What a tough break for Jackson Duffy there. He went with the flight of the ball perfectly. Reached up, didn't secure it with 2 hands, and He was on the run trying to secure that, so it would have been quite difficult. But 2 consecutive errors. Hard luck for John Tellier out on the mound. He should be out of this half inning by now. Even the hit batter was rather unusual. There's a ball clocked to left field. Going to carry. And there's a diving catch by the left fielder, Cole Flannery, making just a terrific catch in deep left field. He left his feet. He looked like Kaya Skremski back in 1967 trying to preserve a no-hitter for Billy Rohr, you might remember, in the 67 season with a catch quite similar to that. That was beautiful. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the top of inning 4, but 3 on the board, and Shrewsbury with the lead.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways.
All right, welcome back as we move on to the top of inning number 4. Braintree to the plate, down by 3. Swinging the bat is Alec Kennedy, and he flies one to the left fielder again. That's Christian Jordan making the play. Second time in the ball game, Kennedy has hit one to the outfield. He's now 0 for 2, brings up the designated hitter, Sean Casey. So Shrewsbury with the lead, 3-0. Host team trying to win the tournament. Move on to Shelby. North Carolina are only playing 7 today. That pitch in there for the strike. Game should be 7, especially with the pitch counts they have introduced to American Legion ball. It's strike 2. They've gone working comfortably today. He's only allowed 1 hit. We're here in the 4th. That ball rocketed up the middle for a base hit. That's a 1-out single for Casey. Vanelli will step on in. Every time, it never fails. You say a positive, then the negative happens to the young person who's playing out there on the field. This is Vanelli. Vanelli is 0 for 1 with a ground ball out to the second baseman. So you got a 1-out base runner for Braintree. That's their second hit of the game. Pitch in there for the strike. 3 runs on just 1 hit for Shrewsbury. Took advantage of consecutive errors to score all 3 of their runs. An errant throw across the diamond and a drop fly ball. Count goes 2 balls and 1 strike to Joe Vanelli. Got a slightly open stance from the left side. Fouls it off. Count level at 2-2. Ground ball hit foul down the first baseway. That ball looped into left field for a base hit. That's consecutive hits. Nice bit of hitting by Benelli there. And that will put runners at first and second. Sean Casey, the designated hitter, coming in batting at .250 into today's game, 4 of 16 with a couple of RBIs. So now he's giving some life here to this Braintree team. Flannery goes after the first pitch and hits it foul towards the concourse just beyond the dugout on the third base side. Pitch low and inside. Got Burns in the on-deck circle. Flannery today with a base hit, so he's 1 for 1 against Dylan DeGaunt. Ground ball hit down to second, scooped up. Boudreau gets the out at the back at second. Turco on the first, a rule him safe. Flannery hustling down the line. They were coming off the field, now being summoned back. So hold on here. So right now, Flannery's safe on the field. His choice on the call by the umpire. Casey's at third. Team was running off the field. They thought they had it. 4-6 on the force out, and it looked like they had Flannery at the bag on a close play. Very close play. So instead of out of the inning, you got runners on the corners now. So Burns to the plate. Grounded out 6-3 his first time. Fouls a pitch out. Count 0-1. Jackson Duffy in the on-deck circle. Pitch miss high and outside. That's hit sharply up the middle for a base hit, and a run will cross the plate. That's an RBI single for Steve Burns. So they didn't get the double play call. And that leads to eventually a base hit here and an RBI, and Braintree on the board. It's 3-1. Casey scored easily on that hard hit ball up the middle. So here's Jackson Duffy. Duffy made that terrific catch and left. He's looking to collect an RBI with a base hit. Ground ball hit down to Turco, and he'll win the race to the bag at second for the force out there. So a little bit of controversy when they thought they had pulled a 4-6-3 double play. Runner ruled safe, and Burns then singles home a runner. 3-1, bottom of the fourth upcoming.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
Go!
I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
Pat Galvin will lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning of this 2017 American Legion Baseball Northeast Regional Championship game. Braintree and Shrewsbury going toe-to-toe. Shrewsbury have jumped out to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Pat Galvin to lead it off against Tellier. Hit very high in the air. Three fielders converge. Who's going to take it? Center fielder Jackson Duffy will take charge and make the catch. So Galvin is retired, one down. Nice play by Jackson Duffy to take control there. You had Adams and Burns coming from second and short, converging on it too. Brings up Casey Boudreau. Boudreau 0 for 1 with a ground ball out. Tellier's pitch, strike call inside corner. Dylan Zoner in the on-deck circle. That pitch missed. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. One up and in. Two balls and a strike. 1 out, nobody on here in the fourth. Pitch up high. Fouled off. Been a beautiful day all day long here in beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts. We have that breeze, but it's quite refreshing. Second game of the day for Shrewsbury is that's a fly ball to center. Jackson Duffy able to make the play on it. Backpedal to make the catch and 2 down. Brings up Dylan Zona. Zona singled and scored back in that 3-run third inning. Matter of fact, he has the only hit of the ball game against John Tellier. Tellier with some tough luck. Zona singled in the third, then he had 2 fly ball outs. Then he hit a batter when Twitchell was actually going to lay down a bunt, and he kind of moved into the ball. And then Turco reached on an errant throw to extend the inning. Then Martin hit one to center, hit it pretty well, and it was dropped by the center fielder. He had to make a run after it, but still it was dropped, and they had 3 runs across with just 1 hit. And they lead it 3-1. Ball rolls to the backstop. Tellier deals the 2-1. That ball struck solidly through the left side by Dylan Zona. Hit it with some top on it. He becomes a 2-out base runner. Shrewsbury trying to do some more damage with 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth. This is Tommy Q to the plate, number 29, the third baseman. He is 0 for 1 with a fly ball to the left fielder. Tellier, the righty. Pitch hit down the right field line, and it's going to drift foul. Might have got pushed by the wind, and just foul. Q today is 0 for 1 with a fly ball out. You got Christian Jordan in the on-deck circle. John Tellier's had very good control. He hasn't walked a batter, just hit one. Has not had a strikeout. But he's pitched very well today, giving up just a couple of hits. Defense kind of let him down there in the third. Outfield straight away. Pitch down low, gets behind the catcher Kennedy, and taking second will be Dylan Zona. Now, Braintree lost 13-0 to Stanford yesterday. They trail here 3-1. They wanted to put all their eggs in this one basket to win this game and get Tellier ready. Fouled off at the plate, curveball. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shrewsbury had to win yesterday, then they had to beat Stanford today. They eliminated Maine yesterday. Maine had a great run into this tournament. 1-2 pitch, and it's caught. They're going to say he didn't go around, didn't hit the bat. I don't know how he got out of the way of that. Count goes 2-2. We've had some strange plays today. Looked like Hugh almost moved right into the ball there, trying to twist out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch down low. Tellier starting to spin that ball down into the dirt. Workout for Alec Kennedy. Pitch, swing and a miss. He jammed him on a 3-2 pitch. He strikes him out. That's the first strikeout for Tellier in the ball game. Is he fooled Q there? So you have just 1 hit, 1 runner left. We'll be back with the top of the 5th, 3-1. Shrewsbury leading Braintree.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
Welcome back. Nolan Freeman leading things off. Will dribble 1 foul as we begin the top of inning number 5. Braintree at the plate. Freeman, Adams, and Sylvia, the scheduled hitters. They scored their lone run on the 4th inning. 1 out single by Casey. A little bit of controversy on a 4-6, almost 3 double play, allowing Flannery to reach, and then Burns came up with an RBI single to score Casey. Turco will field it. Takes aim and onto the bag at first to Dylan Zona for the out, and Freeman retired 6-3. 1 down, Justin Adams to the plate. Adams grounded out 6-3 his first time. Pitch low and inside to Adams. Sylvia, top of the order, on deck for Braintree. Remember, 7-inning game, so they're beginning to run out of outs here, down 3-1. Nibble the outside corner. Dylan DeGon. Here's your line score. For the team at the plate, Braintree, 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors. For the team in the field, Shrewsbury, that is 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. That was a hefty swing by Adams right there, but he falls behind 1 ball and 2 strikes after the miss. Turco having a busy half inning. On the zone for the out, 6-3. That's 4 assists now for David Turco today. Sylvie to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's popped up to second base, hit a fly ball to the right fielder. So he's been going the opposite way versus Dylan DeGon. Pitch a little hot. Sylvia, the leadoff guy for this Braintree team. That's foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Sylvia batting .286. Here's the 1-1. That's down low. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and the count goes level at 2-2. That forces Sylvia to take a little bit of a walk, deliberating what he might have to do here to try to catch up to DeGon, who's been pretty solid today, hasn't he? Here comes a 2-2 pitch, fouled off. He has not recorded a strikeout, has DeGon, nor has he walked a batter. Getting a lot of ground ball outs, a few fly balls here and there. 2-2. There's a fly ball. Right fielder Galvin going after it, and he can't get to it. It's past him. It's going to roll and roll. In the second base, Sylvia is very quick, and he's heading to third. Throw will be cut off and tossed to the infield, and Sylvia's got himself a stand-up triple. That ball was struck pretty good. Galvin gave it a pretty good effort. Now they're going to come out and talk to Dylan DeGon. Well, Shrewsbury scored 3 in the third. Now Braintree threatening the chip away. Trying to add another run here with 2 outs. Alec Kennedy to the plate. 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs. That pitch missed outside. Sylvia very quick. You don't want to throw that ball down the dirt. Have it get by the catcher Gardner, although there's not much room behind home plate. You need the right ricochet. Pitch popped up and fouled up. 385 feet to straightaway center field. 332 down the line and left. 313 down the line and right. That right field fence goes from 313 to straightaway right field at 372 as it angles out. Big swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Count goes 1-2. So Kennedy with a runner just 90 feet away. Going to dig back into that left-hander's batter's box. DeGon leaning in for the sign. The righty's pitch hit on the ground. Boudreau will field it on the first to Dylan Zona, and they get the out. We're back with the bottom of the 5th. And an energized Shrewsbury team on top of Braintree, 3-1.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much.
All right, welcome right back. Bottom of inning number 5 we move on to. Shelby, North Carolina waits for the winner of So Christian Jordan to lead it off. Twitchell, then Turco to follow here in the bottom of inning number 5 for Shrewsbury. 3-1 leader. Ground ball hitting the ground right at the first baseman, Vanelli. Unassisted put out there, Jordan gone. One down, it brings up Adam Twitchell. Twitchell's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. That was pivotal in that strange third inning when they scored 3 runs on just 1 hit, 2 consecutive errors, allowing all the runs to score. But he looked like he wanted to bunt. And basically, to elude a pitch inside, he stepped in front of home plate and got hit by it. Tried to bunt again. He really leans out there. Tries to lay down the bunt. I think he just saw a good example of that. So he was awarded a base. Tellier should have been out of the inning, but an errant throw across the diamond continued it. Run scored, then the error by the center fielder when he couldn't catch the fly ball, although Jackson Duffy had to make a great effort for it. Still ruled an error, however. And here comes the pitch, and that's hit high in the air to the center fielder. Duffy will come on. He'll make the catch for the out, and you have 2 down. So Adam Twitchell retired on a fly ball to center. Brings up David Turco. Turco is 0 for 2 with a run scored. Reach on that error we spoke of back in the 3rd. Outfield just about straight away. Flannery, Duffy, and Sylvia in the outfield. Tellier looking in. The youngster from Braintree up against Turco. And the pitch in there for the strike to the Shrewsbury shortstop. Nick Martin in the on-deck circle. The 0-1 hit high in the air. Down the right field line, drifting towards the stands, and it's out of play. So the count remains 0-2. Tellier would really like to get this guy here. Wouldn't like to see Turco get on with Martin coming to play. He's a dangerous hitter is Martin. Ground ball. And that's going to be a base hit right over the bag. Turco's going to turn, and he's got himself 2 standing up. Hit it right down the third base line. And that brings up Nick Martin. Martin hit it real hard last time. Jackson Duffy went to get it, reached up on a ball slicing in the right center field, dropped it, 2 scored. No RBIs for Martin, but he hit it hard. They're looking for more. Might be a little conversation. There will be a little conversation out in the mound. So you got first base open. Martin is dangerous. Gardner in the on-deck circle. Well, they could be talking a little situational baseball here. There is bullpen activity for Braintree here in the top of the 5th. They trail by a score of 3-1. Plate umpire going out to break up the conversation on the mound. So here's Nicky Martin coming up. Martin grounded out in the first. Usually the catcher for the Shrewsbury team. He's banged up, so he's a designated hitter. And Gardner's done a nice job behind the plate. Long stretch by Tellier. He'll step off. Shrewsbury trying to add to their 3-1 lead with 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch up high for a ball. They started the game early. They made some changes. If you're just tuning in going, what the heck? They started 45 minutes after the first game concluded, Stanford and Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury the winner. Ball gets away. The throw on down gets past Freeman as he took his eye off it trying to make the tag, but it was backed up nicely there by the shortstop, Adams. Ball got away from Kennedy. I believe they may rule that a pass ball. So now you got to run it 90 feet away from Martin. Here comes the 2-0. That's over for the strike. I might put this guy on and pitch him very cautiously and take my chances with Gardner. I don't know. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. You have 2 outs here. 2-2. Popped up, out of play. Again, Telly looking in for the sign from Kennedy. 2-0 pitch, ground ball, bouncing down to Burns. He'll field it. Going to have to hurry that throw on. He got it there. Nick Martin looked pretty healthy running down the line that time until he stops, and now he's hobbling along. He's just a tough customer. So he's thrown out 4-3, and that's going to end it. We'll be back with the top of 6. 3-1 your score. Shrewsbury, they have the lead. Could they be on their way to Shelby? Can Braintree make a comeback? We'll find out.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. And this is Braintree to the plate. Sean Casey, the designated hitter, trying to ignite some offense for this Braintree team. They're actually out hitting Shrewsbury 5-3, but they trail. A little soft liner right to Turco. That's too easy for him, and Casey retired on a couple of swings. He is now singled in 3 tries, so they have 1 down. Brings up Joe Vanelli. Vanelli singled back in the 4th, so he's 1 for 2. Ground ball out back in the 2nd inning. DeGon pitching really a gem here today. That's popped up very high towards the dugout, third base side. There is room, and reaching out is Tommy Q to make a catch with that leather glove. And he got 2 down. If it's still leather in this day of synthetic stuff.
The left fielder, number 7, Cole Flannery.
Nice play there by Tommy Q to go after that. Cole Flannery to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He's been on base twice. Reached on that fielder's choice back in the 4th when DeGon and company, Shrewsbury, thought they had pulled off a pretty nifty 4-6-3 double play. Umpire saw it differently. That's the inning in which Braintree took advantage of that call at the first base bag, and Steve Burns with an RBI single to follow. That ball fouled off. Just tuning in, Shrewsbury scored 3 in the third. Braintree scored their only run, as we just described, in the fourth. We're now on to the top of the sixth. Braintree at the plate in the blue uniform top. Pitch missed outside. 1 run on 5 hits and a couple of errors. They were costly errors for Braintree. Foul back. 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors for Shrewsbury. Cole Flannery awaits, swing and a miss, and a strikeout as Egon comes with some heat and gathers his first strikeout of the ball game. And a 1-2-3 inning it is. We'll be back with the bottom of inning number 6 in just a moment.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, welcome right back as we take a look at it. With this being a 7-inning game, it just dawned on me that Braintree is down to their final 3 offensive outs when they come to the plate in the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Burns, Duffy, and Freeman, the scheduled hitters, against Dylan DeGaunt. So it is really up to John Tellier to try to shut him down here in the 6th as Shrewsbury comes to the plate with a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tellier has not given up an earned run. He's going to just be a tough luck loser if things don't change. Going back to that 3rd inning, Zona began the inning with a base hit, then 2 fly ball outs. Twitch will try to lay down a bunt and try to get out of the way of a pitch at the same time and was hit by the pitch. Thought he kind of moved into it there. They say he did not do it intentionally, and he took the base at first. Turco came up to the plate, looked like he should have been thrown out across the diamond on a throw by Freeman, but he got away. Benelli tried to put the tag on Turco and missed on that throw across the diamond, so everybody safe and a run scored. And then Nick Martin to the plate, hit a ball to center fielder Jackson Duffy, floated in the right center field to try to catch the slicing baseball and could not, and 2 more scored. That's how they got their runs. They got 3 runs on just 1 hit. They only have 3 hits in the ball game. This is Gardner, who's 0 for 2 against John Tellier. Baseball could be cruel, can it? Winner of this game moving on to Shelby, North Carolina for the American Legion World Series, which begins probably Wednesday, Thursday or so. They have a whole slew of people that show up for those baseball games in Shelby. They actually played at a terrific high school baseball facility. Gardner, Galvin, Boudreau will be the hitters here for Shrewsbury in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alec Kennedy behind the plate. Vanelli at the bag at first. Burns at second. And the pitch. And it hit the batter. Came in on Gardner. And he's down to the bag at first. Becomes a leadoff base runner. Justin Adams is your shortstop. And Noah Freeman at third. Cole Flannery in left field. Jackson Duffy in center. Billy Sylvia in right field. Highlight catch of the day has been made by Cole Flannery in left field. An absolutely Terrific catch. Matter of fact, it ended that dismal third inning. There's a ball hit very high up into the air. Sylvia going back. He's got plenty of room, and he'll make the catch for the out. So you have one down. And it brings up Casey Boudreau. Boudreau is 0 for 2 today for Shrewsbury. They won earlier. This is the back end of a doubleheader for Shrewsbury. Had to beat Stamford, Connecticut to get here, and they did that in fine fashion. They got to Adam Stone early and chased him from the game and held on to win. Pitch up a little high. Score of that game was 6-2. Patrick Shaughnessy, terrific 7-inning, 5-hit, 2-run game. One of the runs was earned, that was it. Walked 2, struck out 5. He was efficient against Stamford as their time just ran out. Boudreau with a big healthy swing there. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Sky's getting a little bit brighter as the day moves on. Just a beautiful, beautiful late Sunday afternoon. Here's the 1-1. That ball hit high in the air to the left fielder. Flannery going back. He'll look up, and he'll make the catch for the out. So 2 down, and Dylan Zona to the plate. Zona's 2 for 2. Singleton scored in the third, singled again in the 4th inning. There is activity in the Braintree bullpen. Nothing going on in the bullpen for Shrewsbury. Zona takes strike 1. Gardner was hit by a pitch still at the bag at first. Here's a ground ball through to the left side, past Freeman and between Adams. And Shrewsbury with 2 out, they have 2 on. Dylan Zona now 3 for 3 today, and here's Tommy Q to the plate, 0 for 2, but he's made a nice play in the field, catching a foul ball in front of the dugout. The home team dugout in front of his boys. It was a terrific play. Had to come a long way to get it. And he swings and a miss. Christian Jordan on deck. Tellier checks the runners. Pitch up and in, under the chin, gets away. Runners will advance to second and third. Off the catch is mitt of Kennedy. It was pretty wild, but off the mitt. Going to go with pass ball. So Q now has 2 in scoring position. You might think Shrewsbury with a hit here would put this game out of reach. But you never know. That ball well struck up the middle. It's in for a base hit. Duffy will field it. The throw will be cut off and come on home, but late. And that is a 2-run, 2-out single by Tommy Q. Brings fans to their feet from Shrewsbury. Zona scored from the bag at second. Well, the Shrewsbury team has taken advantage of little things here today and probably throughout this tournament for the most part when you think of it. There's going to be a call of the bullpen. With that upcoming, we'll pause for a moment. Tellier's day is over as he works effectively into the bottom of the 6th and just had a little tough luck here today. We'll be right back.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before. And when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
All right, we move on here to the top of the 7th inning. I should say, where are we? We're still in the in the bottom of the 6th inning. Getting ahead of myself here. Got a new pitcher on. So Tellier's day is done here in the bottom of the 6th. He works 5 2/3. Does a terrific job working 5 2/3, you might say, too. He deserved maybe a little bit better. Cole Flannery's on the pitch. He's facing Christian Jordan. Flannery coming from left field. I believe that's what they did. No, there's Flannery. He's still in left field. I misread the number there. We'll get another check on that. I didn't hear the announcement. That ball hit high in the air to the center fielder. And it'll be caught for the inning's final out. So we may never know who came on for Braintree and pitched that final out of the inning. Now we'll be back with the top of 7 right after this.
I never realized how much the American Legion did in our community until I was overseas and my family needed help. The Legion was there, taking care of things I couldn't, and they asked nothing in return. I guess it's because they know what I'm going through. They've been here before, and when I looked into it, I discovered that there was a way for me to continue to serve my fellow veterans and my community through the American Legion. That's why I joined.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways.
All right, Steve Burns will lead it off here in the top of the 7th inning for Braintree. They need to put together a bit of a rally, trailing by the score of 5-1 here in the top of the 7th. Burns, Duffy, and Freeman facing Dagon, and he's ready to deal it. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Count quickly goes 1-2. So Shrewsbury 3 outs away from the 2017 Northeast Regional Championship. Jack Gardner, the catcher. Dylan Zona, the first baseman. Casey Boudreau down at the bag at second. David Turco, the shortstop. The pitch popped up right to the pitcher DeGon, and he'll catch it. He got one down. Tommy Q, the third baseman. Christian Jordan, the left fielder. Adam Twitchell plays center, and Pat Galvin in right. DeGon on the mound here in this championship game. And they have the lead. Braintree down to their final 2 outs here. This is Jackson Duffy. Duffy is 0 for 2. Burns, by the way, was 1 for 2 when he came to the plate with an RBI. And the pitch. Strike call over the outside corner to Jackson Duffy. Count goes 0-2. Jordan, Twitchell, Galvin in the outfield. Pitch up high. Into the windup, DeGon, and the offering. That ball hit on the ground, fielded. Q throws it across the zona, and he got 2 down. Nice play there by Tommy Q. He's manned his position quite effectively here tonight, or today. So, digging in is Nolan Freeman. DeGon looking excited. They're up on the bench. Ground ball hit down to Boudreau. Fields it. And on to the bag at first. Your champions, 2017 Northeast Regional Champs. Shrewsbury with a 5-1 win over Braintree. They're heading to Shelby, North Carolina. Congratulations. Dylan DeGon going 7 to pick up the win. Your line score, 5 runs on 5 hits and no errors by Shrewsbury. And for Braintree, 1 run on 5 hits, and they committed 2 errors, and boy, were they costly. They led the 3 runs in the third. Shrewsbury, coming out of the losers bracket, had to beat Bangor yesterday and Stanford earlier today to take on Braintree and win it here in Game 15 of this tournament. And they're heading to Shelby, North Carolina. The host team victorious. Congratulations to all 8 teams that competed in this tournament. It was certainly a lot of fun and quite an honor to be here for it. And I want to thank my partner Steve Riley, who took on the arduous job of traveling from location to location when Mother Nature would not cooperate throughout the weekend and bring you some great coverage. We do appreciate all his work. Franklin County Post from Vermont was here. Bangor, James W. Williams, Post 12 from Maine was here. Stanford, Post 3 of Connecticut was in the house. Rochester, Post 7 of New Hampshire also competed. Woonsocket, Post 85 of Rhode Island. Braintree, Post 86, who you're seeing down below. West Hartford, Post 96, and Shrewsbury, Post 397, your 2017 champ. Congratulations to Shrewsbury. They win it 5-1 over Braintree. We'll have the award ceremony from down below coming your way. We'll just keep it right here for that.
Fans, stand by for on-field ceremonies. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sing it. Good golf courses around. Yours is a burger. Yours is a trip. Frank, I just want to say one thing. Watch this on television. Do we want these fools down there? They were up by 6. Yes. Yes, he would. Oh, How about Billy?
All right, if I can get your attention, please, we'll get started and get the show on the road. First, before we start everything, there's a lot of people we really have to thank. And the first group I really want to say thank you for, and these people work so hard, is the grounds crew. If we could give a round of applause for these people work so hard, it was unbelievable. Going from this park to that park and all over, and work their buns off and everything. And along with them, the young people that do mostly work for the Bravehearts, they were a tremendous help on that, so I appreciate their help too. Next, we thank the umpires, a group that everybody loves to hate, but good umpires, and I appreciate it. So I'm thankful to them and the work that they do. It truly is an honor to be selected to work a tournament like this, and they're good guys. Next, I'd like to present the runner-up trophy to the team from Braintree. So coaches and players, come on out, accept the trophy along with the runner-up patches and also a banner. We also have patches to go on the sleeves of your uniforms. They're for 2 sets of uniforms. So put those on there. And we have a banner. It'd be great to get a picture taken behind that banner. The Post will love it. They really would love it. So congratulations to you guys. Great job. And we thought through a lot of stuff this weekend. And great job. Best of luck to you. Now these kids over here will do that. So come back from losing a ball game and then win all the way through that and everything. A tremendous thing. I know Frank's been waiting on this thing for 17 years. So I'm happy for him. And if we could get you guys, coaches, teammates, come on out, get this trophy. let you all know what's in store for these guys. They'll get tomorrow off, and then Tuesday morning they'll probably leave Worcester about 3 in the morning, get to the airport in Boston, and fly from here to from Boston to Charlotte. So it'll be a long day for them. But once they get to Shelby, I can tell you, and I don't speak from experience on that, but the experience that they've got to look forward to is truly amazing. I've talked to people who have been there, and it's quite something. It's quite something. So, here are some patches for your uniforms. The bad news is you got to wash those uniforms and get them to me, so to Frank, so we can have somebody sew those things on. Ready to go. Yes, we do. Two sets for that. We also have a banner for the championship trophy that will go on the Shrewsbury post. And do that. Each year, there's a MVP trophy that goes out it's a gift certificate from Diamond Baseball, and the winner of the MVP this year is Nick Martin from Shrewsbury.
Norman coming down.